So historically, one of the worst businesses to get into, one of the riskiest, one of the highest fail rates, and yet you're crushing it. What are some of the keys to your success in the restaurant business?
Well, number one, I try to buy right, and I have great systems and controls, and I'm constantly changing. And these are all things I talk about, is that you got to change. And just because you're successful, that doesn't mean you're going to be successful tomorrow. But that's how I've even taken older brands like Chart House and Martin's and updated them tremendously by new menus, new atmosphere, new music, new waiters' uniforms, and keep them fresh, especially if they had good food, and then upgrade the food to what people are eating today. So I prefer to buy something that is having issues and fix it up. It's less expensive than building it new.
Yeah, it's like you bought your jet used. You probably saved a ton of money on that. I'm starting to see, I'm hoping a little bit of your fairy dust rubs off on me and the rest of us too, so we can get some of this.
But never drink your own Kool-Aid. I mean, I always do a worst case scenario. And if the deal doesn't work under the worst case scenario, don't do it.
Yeah, that's smart. You know, risk reward analysis is super smart, right?
That's why I've made it.
Yeah, you got to be able to come back and play another day.
100%.
Let's stay on restaurant for a second. So, you know, it sounds intuitive. Update the menu and keep the uniforms looking good. And, you know, if your neon sign's missing a letter, fix the light. I mean, it can't just be that. Like, what else?
Well, you just stay ahead of the game. You've got to stay fresh. You've got to stay new. And sometimes location isn't a good location anymore, and you move on. But if you have a great location, just make sure you're always updating everything, from your interiors to your menus to your music. You've got to change. It is an industry. When I was growing up, you just went to a restaurant to eat. Okay, but today it's an atmosphere that you have to have because people want to go there. It's a social gathering.
It's an experience.
It is an experience.
Yeah. And I think I also heard somewhere, maybe I read it, that you consolidated the G&A to save a ton of money. Like, you had all these companies scattered all over the place, and you consolidated, didn't you?
Right. You know, that was, everybody uses the word platform today. It's a real buzzword in the business world. I was really the first person to ever start doing that in this industry.